Hi and welcome to My English Lovers. In this video we will study and learn a lot of useful things about present continuous or progressive tense. That is another basic and important tense in English. We will learn about how to use it and when to use this tense. If you want to learn so much useful things about present continuous or progressive tense, be with us till end of video. Present continuous tense, that is also called present progressive tense, is a basic tense that is one of the first tenses that you study when you start to learn English. However, it doesn't exist in every language and it might not exist in your language. So stay with us and we show you exactly how to use it and when to use it. And we will do a lot of exercises together and you will understand it completely. So let's start. Present continuous tense is talking about something that is happening right now. For example, I am teaching, you are learning, you are listening. And it can talk about something that is temporary, like you're watching this video at the moment, but for a short time. So it can be something that is happening right now or something temporary. And we form this tense by using subjects like I, you, we, plus verb to be like am, is, are, plus verb plus ing. So let's look at some example and repeat them after me. I am working. You are working. We are working. They are working. He is working. She is working. It is working. If you like this sort of videos and you want to learn more about English, please like, comment and subscribe us. When we can use present continuous? As we mentioned before, we can use it for something that is happening right now, like the baby is crying. Sometimes we talk about something that is not happening right now at this moment, but it is happening around now. Like when we say he is translating a book. It may take a week or a year. We don't know, but it's happening around now. We can also use this tense to talk about something temporary, not something that happens every day. For example, when we say we are staying at a hotel, it means that we live in our home, that is something permanent. But while we are in this city and we are in travel, we are staying at a hotel, and that is something temporary. We can also use this tense for something that is trend. Trend means something is changing or improving. For example, when we say the prices of cars are increasing, we mean that the prices of cars were around $100, but now are increasing and becoming $200 and $300. Trend is also something that is popular, like when we talk about fashion trend. Another situation that we can use present continuous is repeated action. Some actions that are repeated and they are usually negative and we want to complain about them. For example, the neighbors are always making noise. Another situation is talk about future. I know that this tense is present continuous and it's about present, not past or future. But actually sometimes we can use to talk about future, but in a special way. For example, I say he is flying to New York without mentioning the time of flying. Then it is like he is flying right now. So for use present continuous to talk about future, you should use time, like next week, tomorrow, or next year. For example, he is flying to New York next week. Another good example for better understand something that happens around now is that sometimes the action is not happening at the time of speaking. For example, when Sarah says that I am reading, but she is not reading the book at the time of speaking, she means that she starts reading the book and she has not finished it yet. For example, Kate wants to go to Italy, so she is learning Italian, but perhaps she is not learning Italian at the time of speaking. We can use present continuous when we talk about a change that has started to happen. We use these verbs: getting, becoming, changing, improving, starting, beginning, increasing, rising, falling, and growing. Now let's look at some examples. Is your English getting better? Not does your English get better. The population of the world is increasing very fast, not increase. At first I didn't like my job, but I am starting to enjoy it now, not I start. These are situations that we cannot use present continuous tense. First of all these examples are wrong, and we are here to find why. For activities and events that are permanent and you do them for most of the time, you cannot use present continuous. You should use present simple. For example, live in somewhere or work in somewhere are permanent. For example, if you live in Canada, you should say, I live in Canada, not I am living in Canada. And similarly, if you work in PSA company and it is your permanent job, you should say I work in PSA company, not I am working, because that would be temporary. In the same way, we have stative verbs, another area that you have to be careful, because in English we have two kinds of verbs: action verbs and stative verbs. Action verbs are normal verbs that you know most of them, like run, play, and jump. And stative verbs describe a state or a condition. It can be a mental state or it can be emotional state. And in this tense or any continuous tense, you cannot use stative verbs. Now let's look at some examples. I am understanding English is wrong because understanding is a stative verb and it is something that you do it with your mind. So you should say I understand English. And similarly, if we say we are liking this show, it is wrong because like is a stative verb. So we need to say we like this show. In the next example, when we talk about verbs that refer to what we own or what we have, we cannot use those verbs in a stative form with this tense. So it is wrong to say they are having a car. We need to say we have a car. For last example is the same way of others. The verb need is a stative verb, so it is wrong to say, are you needing help? We need to say, do you need help? So if you have any question or opinion about lessons, comment it for me, guys. Until next sessions and next parts of present continuous, goodbye.